As a way to wrap up, Todd, I mean, what questions should, fleet operators, ask themselves, to assess whether their, current approach to managing drivers, equipment, and their operations are aligned with leading practices?
Yeah, well, they can ask themselves a few quick questions, and then it'll probably help them right away, right? The first one, do you have multiple platforms to manage your processes? Do you have a separate platform for fleet, freight, drivers, safety management, all the stuff, right? If you're brokering your extra freight, do you have a separate platform for brokerage? How do you manage your carrier base? You'll see that disjointed all over the place, and not only does it cause inefficiencies in your operations, one platform goes down, or there's some problem with it, or some integration doesn't work anymore. It can disrupt everything. So having everything on one platform is really the way to go. So that's probably my first question. Do you have a lot of manual processes? That'd be the next one. They take a lot of time. They kill your efficiency. They require a large staff most of the time. And then you're introducing your potential for error, right? The more people I have doing these manual processes, even if they are logging it into a system someplace, the error rate is much higher. What does it take to train your new employees? One of the things I think that's spectacular here with MercuryGate TMS and Mercury Fleet is it doesn't take a lot of time to train. We have the workflow that's well thought out during your implementation. So you can bring a new user in and teach them the workflow. The workflow asks the proper questions, and they can be up and productive within a day or two. I know I've seen some places where you've had the old green screen systems where you might spend a month training a new user before you're ever going to get any productivity out of them. So, what is your training like is a great question, and how long does it take before you can get something from the user? And then the asset and driver utilization issues. Do you even know what your utilization of your equipment or your drivers are? In that example I gave you earlier, they added no additional equipment and no additional employees and increased their business from their customer by 40%. So, if you don't know your driver sitting for half a day, how many loads could he picked up and delivered? If you had equipment spotted at a customer for 3 months and they haven't used it at all, well, that's a lot of money in that parking lot where you can get that trailer back on the street someplace else and utilize it to move freight. So if you're running into those kind of questions, I think that's where you have to raise that red flag. I need to look at some kind of solution, and hopefully you're giving MercuryGate a call and we can help you out with it.